Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Grow and Glow, the place where stories heal, inspire, and remind you that even in the darkest nights, the stars still shine. Have you ever reached a point where you felt like giving up? Where no matter how hard you tried, nothing seemed to get better? If you've ever felt that way, today's story is for you. A story about losing everything and finding something greater, hope. The story, the broken tree. There was once a man named Ethan. He lived in a small town by the river, known for his beautiful garden full of flowers and fruit trees. But one summer, a terrible storm came. Lightning struck, winds roared, and by the next morning, his entire garden was destroyed. All that remained was a single old tree. Its trunk split in half, branches broken, leaves burned black by lightning. Ethan sat beside it for hours, head in his hands, whispering, "It's over. Everything I worked for is gone." Days of darkness after that storm, Ethan stopped tending the garden. He barely ate, barely spoke. He would stare at the broken tree every day, a reminder of what he had lost. Neighbors came to comfort him, but he just shook his head. "You don't understand. That tree was my life." One morning, a little girl from the neighborhood came by. She placed a tiny flower pot in front of him. Inside was a small green sprout. "It's from your garden," she said. "I found it hiding under the tree. I think it survived." Ethan looked at the little plant, fragile, trembling, but alive. Something stirred inside him. For the first time in weeks, he smiled. Just a little. That evening, Ethan walked into the garden. He looked at the broken tree again. Something inside whispered, "Maybe it's not the end. Maybe it's the beginning." So he started to clean the soil, pull the weeds, and water the ground again. Every day, he took care of that small sprout, and though the broken tree looked dead, he couldn't bring himself to cut it down. He just let it be, a silent witness to his pain and his patience. Weeks passed. Then, one morning, as the sun rose, Ethan noticed something unbelievable. From the cracks of that broken trunk, a small green leaf was growing. He couldn't believe his eyes. The old tree, the one he thought was gone, was alive. He fell to his knees, tears in his eyes, whispering, "You survived, just like me." Years passed. The tree healed slowly. Its scars remained, but they glowed under the sunlight. People came from other towns to see it, the tree that came back to life. And whenever someone asked Ethan how it happened, he would smile and say, "When I thought everything was over, life was just beginning again. I just couldn't see it yet." And even when you think everything is lost, something inside you is still alive. It just needs time and care to grow again. Pain doesn't mean the end. It means transformation. What breaks you today may shape your strength tomorrow. 3. Hope is not found. It's built. Little by little, one small act of courage at a time. 4. Scars don't make you less. They make you real. The storm doesn't destroy you. It teaches you what can never be destroyed, your spirit. Years later, children played under that once broken tree. Its branches, though scarred, stretched wide and strong. Ethan would sit beneath it, watching them laugh, and think about that day when he almost gave up. He realized something beautiful. Sometimes life breaks you open just enough for the light to get in. He smiled, looked up at the sunlight filtering through the leaves, and whispered, "There's always hope." even when you can't see it yet. Thank you for listening to this story on Grow and Glow. If this story touched your heart, please like, comment, and share it with someone who might be losing hope right now. And don't forget to subscribe to Grow and Glow for more motivational and healing stories every week. Because when hope returns, you don't just grow, you glow.